guys, it's Just Like Honey, and today we're going to be talking about some tips for makeup beginners. I know that I was one not too long ago, so here are some things that helped me along the way. And I just thought this would be very helpful for anyone who doesn't, have a strong grasp in makeup world, so here we go. Okay, this is tip number 1, and it is if you feel like you're not learning enough from YouTube or you feel like it's more advanced than what you are, currently at with makeup skills, go ahead and run to your local library, and most of the times they'll have like a makeup section, or not makeup section, a makeup collection of books, and it might only be a few, but that's all you really need. They also have hair books, so if you don't feel like you know enough about doing your own hair, then you can totally learn how to do that too. And one of the books I have is actually the Sephora book. I enjoy reading it. It's a lot of fun. It's not necessarily just about how to do makeup. It's more about the brands and what is good for what, ailment. So I'll give you an example. So the first page I turned to is Faking It a Golden Glow. So it shows you how to get a really good suntan look without having to go to the fake and bake and going outside. So those are good examples. So that's tip number 1. Okay, tip number 2 is if you feel like you've got enough makeup to do this, you should totally do it because it helps me every day. Organize your makeup into easily accessible bins. And I used to do the bins where you can just pull them right on, that you can stack them on top of each other and just put them back on top. But it was really time consuming and I kind of didn't organize it at all, so I never used it that well. But, and my dog would eat my makeup, so I totally switched over to this new system, and I'm going to show it to you right now. As you can see, it's like the bin thing. It's kind of the same setup, but they slide out instead. So all my makeup is organized by facial stuff or brushes, and you can see all the mascara and eyeliners. And then this is kind of like the miscellaneous drawer because I don't really... It's just kind of stuff that I didn't have a room for in the other drawers, so that's cool. But that's tip number 2, so go ahead and organize your makeup. I mean, if you don't feel like you have enough, then that's okay. I mean, it's whatever works for you, and that's totally what this is all about. So that's tip number 2. Hi. Tip number 3 is going to be that you shouldn't be afraid of makeup. Makeup is your friend, and if you feel like your look is a little too crazy for you, then maybe you can tone it down by taking off some of the makeup that you put on. You can use Q-tips with makeup remover. You can use cotton balls if it's really that big of a deal. But don't be afraid of makeup. Makeup is your friend, and don't be afraid of crazy eyeshadows either, because some of the times I'll be like, oh, that's gonna look too much on me, but it ends up looking really good. So don't be afraid of makeup, and always play with, color and texture and different kinds like matte, satin, shimmery. It's all up to you, and that's what makeup's all about, and that's why I love it. That's tip number 3. Okay, tip number 4 for me would have to be don't go to bed with your makeup on. At least take it off. If you're not even going to wash your skin, at least take off your makeup with some water and a washcloth or something. Because what happens is when you sleep overnight with your makeup, it gets deep into your pores and it gets dirty and oily and nasty. And especially if you don't wash your face in the morning, it totally builds up and you're just putting makeup on top of nasty makeup that was already there. So wash your face, whatever you gotta do. I understand some people don't want to do it because, like me, I'm lazy and I don't want to do it, but I force myself because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna break out and it's gonna be nasty. So take your makeup off, please. Do it for yourself, if not for anyone else. Okay, this is my last and final tip, and it is tip number 5. And it is, if you live near Sephora or a MAC store or anything, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you feel like there's a product you want to learn more about and you're not really sure about it, you should totally ask them because they're there to help you. And, even if it's, you start out talking about that product, but you start talking about other things, they're totally helpful, and every time I go to Sephora, I always am amazed by how much they know. So don't be afraid to ask questions, especially either on other YouTube videos or ask questions, because that's what's going to help you in the long run. So that was my tips. Have a great day. Bye!